to some violent content, parental discretion is advised.
Oh, I don't know what this thing is. I think it's a smell strip show, dance show.
Work there, dude.
Welcome to
DeaconLive.
DeaconLive.
Live.
Well,
Welcome back, guys. On today's show, have you met the two-wheeled Carbonless Mechanic? Bad guys do Facebook Live all the time. Good guys do Facebook Live in front of bad guys' houses. Stick around for that because that's going to be pretty entertaining. And how close are retail outlets really to existing? How close are they from closing their doors? And someone else wants to get in the chicken sandwich game. Stick around for details on that and so much more here on Deacon Live. How are you? How are things? How are things going? And I'm going to start with just a small little stretch. I have here on Deacon Live, I had a nice little happy little show planned for you. You know, everyone's trying to get out and slowly open the doors and everything. And the whole thing that's unfolded in the last 24 hours, I don't want to go outside. And now I don't want to go outside again. I don't want to go outside running the chance of anything happening. You know, here we are, it's, like I said, slowly open the doors. We're slowly getting into the restaurants. We're slowly getting back to our normal lives and routines. And unfortunately, this incident happened with George Floyd. And, officer accidentally, purposely, whatever you want to call it, killed him. Now, granted, this is a non-political, non-religious show, so I'm not going to say anything about it. I understand it's horrible for both parties involved. It's horrible. So I came across this video, and this is a black gentleman, and he kind of sets it up and kind of lays it on pretty thick. And I'm going to let him give his opinion, and you guys can judge from there. I know we're starting to show off a little heavy, but it has to. It's what's going on right now, and I hate to say that, and I hate to bring the show to a dark room, but here we go.
Are we living in a third world country? Wow, what in the world is going on? Are we living in a third world country? What in the hell is wrong with y'all? Huh? Don't get it twisted, okay? I am pissed off about the death of George Floyd, okay? That man did not deserve to die. He did not deserve that treatment. And yes, I want those officers locked up. But burning down a Target is not going to bring justice, okay? Stealing TVs is not going to bring justice. Tell me how. Please explain to me how burning down a Target is going to bring justice. Make it make sense. How is stealing TVs going to bring justice? Make it make sense. But do you know what you dummies just did? Burning down Target, you know what you just did? You took a job away from a mother who has to feed her children. Do you know what you dummies just did? You took a job away from a person who has to pay their rent on the first. You are messing up people's life. You are not bringing justice. You are ruining other people's lives right now. You're going to burn down your own neighborhood? Make it make sense. Please. Either I'm stupid and just don't understand, or y'all are the stupid ones for burning down your neighborhoods. This just don't make sense. Yes, I want justice for George Floyd, but burning down stuff is not going to bring him justice. This is not the way to do it. Martin Luther King will be pissed the hell off right now. Y'all need to stop this right now. Take y'all ghetto butts home. Take y'all ghetto behinds home. And when I say ghetto, I'm talking about the white people, the black people, the Hispanics, whoever got their ghetto butts there acting a dang fool. Go home. Messing up this country. It's a pandemic going on, and you're going to burn down buildings. You're going to burn down businesses, taking people out of work during a pandemic. Shame on you.
So there you go. That's Terrence K Williams. You can follow him on Facebook and stuff. It's sad. It's sad that happened. It really is. And but I don't want to say life goes on, but we have to get over this. We have to get through it. And I hearts and prayers and all the stuff that I don't want to say hearts and prayers because that doesn't really solve anything. But I feel sorry for both parties involved. The man who actually slayed him and the person who passed away, George Floyd. And his family and what they're dealing with right now. All right, well, that's I'm gonna stop right there, and we're gonna come back and we'll get into the meat and potatoes of the show, the light and fluffy, the hard hitting stuff. I think I've hit you hard enough already. So stick around. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. All right, welcome back to Deacon Live. So give us a call at anytime at the station at 407-448-8800. You can text us live anytime at the Queen City studio, located just outside of Charlotte, North Carolina, beautiful little town we like to call Marshville. And make sure you follow all our social networks and stuff. And the way you do that is go to Prophet Radio, PROPHET Radio. And I kind of made it a little easier to find. I was hunting and pecking the other day and trying to update the website. I haven't updated it this year at all. It's kind of left over from 2019, and hey, why not? It's only been, we've only been locked in our houses for the last 3 months. So I kind of updated the website and got rid of some pages that didn't exist and put some new sponsors up there that have joined on, and I just haven't gotten around to putting their icons and their banners up and all the stuff. Just kind of clean it up. Hopefully it'll flow a little bit better and you can find things a little bit easier on it. I met some friends of the show, some fans of the show. The way I met him was we sell eggs here on the French. And he would stop by and buy eggs for him and his wife and buy 2 dozen and buy 2 dozen. And I'm like, well, if this gentleman's going to buy 2 dozen every week, because I always come close to selling out every week, I'll hold 2 back for him. So I always hold 2 back for him, whether I don't eat them or my wife doesn't eat them or, she doesn't eat eggs as much anymore for breakfast. So I'll hold a couple dozen back for him. So he got to talking, and I put the logo on the eggs of the Deacon Live show. He's like, is this your show? And I'm like, yeah. So we started listening to it, and this has been going on for about a month and a half now. So he came over the other day and said, when this whole virus and everything clears up, we should hang out type deal. I'm like, yeah, no problem. We're a rural town. The closest neighbor's, 500 yards to the right and another 500 yards to the left is the next neighbor, and you really don't, hey, down the hill and they're up the hill, hey, that type deal. So we really don't have a whole lot of people that we quote unquote hang out with. And now they lifted the bans and let restaurants do 50% or 25% or whatever the case may be. We got together right before this past Saturday out at his place. He bought about 72 acres, probably about a quarter mile up the road from us, and he's going to, build a new house, and that's his forever property. And so we went over there and kind of, made a little bonfire and stuff and kind of hung out. Got there probably about 3:30 in the afternoon, just in time to sit down and drink some beers and tell some stories and then, cook out a couple hot dogs on the grill and stuff. And just, learn about each other and talk to each other and get to know each other for, friendships like couples do. Do you want to be their friends? Do you not want to be their friends? Or, oh, she's a little crazy or he's a little loony or I'm a little crazy and my wife's a little loony, whatever the case may be. No, everything was fine. Everything was great. But, you talk about coronavirus. I haven't really been scared about going out, dredging through the fields without a mask on. I really haven't. It doesn't bother me. I got a pretty good immune system. I mean, I can count on my hands how many times I've been sick. Just being married, not sick, being married to my wife, but just in the time that my wife and I have been together, which is over 14 years. I know she's going to correct me, but I mean, I can count on both hands how many times I've physically been out and out sick. Cold, flu, fever type sick. Which is, I think that's pretty good numbers. It's kind of like, I always think of that movie Unbreakable. And Bruce Willis, I'm not spoiling anything for you, but Mr. Glass says, how many times you've been sick in the last couple of years? And he's like, I don't get sick. And I'm kind of the same way. I'm kind of that mindset where I really don't get sick. So I'm like, all right, I got a strong enough immune system. I'm going to go out. And then, well, you might be infecting it. Anyway, so I dredged through that. It doesn't bother me. And now, I'm a Florida boy, born and raised. And, you cut me open, I'll bleed sand. And, they've got mosquitoes and they've got all the bugs and stuff that are down in Florida. Encephalitis and all the bug-borne diseases and ailments and West Nile and all that stuff. Man, I've never been scared about a mosquito biting me. Mosquito bites me, I slap it, and keep going on about my day. Now, don't get me wrong, we do put bug spray and mosquito repellent on us, but I mean, if one bites me, I don't worry about it. I'm Florida. I'm born and raised in Florida, so I've created an immune system to whatever's going on in mosquito world or any kind of bug world out there. Now, back to what I was initially talking about. We went over to this couple, new friends of ours, and sat around. We're talking around the little fire pit there. Now, this place, 72 acres, so we're kind of like in between, the little fire pit's in between this nice kind of grouping of oak trees. The sun comes through the middle, and you've got enough shade on the outside. So I get there, crack a beer open, salute, hey, this is great weather. We're sitting out in the woods, a nice cool breeze. And I sit on a log because they had like those chaise loungers, those Adirondack chairs. And my story about my back. And I sit down in the Adirondack chair and I get up one time and I'm like, I can't get up and down all day long like this. So they had a couple of those oaks, stumps, like 2 foot tall. Sat on one of those, just kind of leaned up on it. And as I'm leaning on it, I felt a sharp little pinch right on my thigh, on my upper thigh there. And I thought my hair got caught in these shorts I were wearing. So I pulled my shorts back. You know what I saw? I have never been freaked out in all my life because I have never had one other than when I was 8 years old, running around in Franklin, North Carolina, camping with my mom and dad and going on hikes and stuff. On my leg, I saw a tick. I freaked out. I didn't showcase my freak out. In my mind and in my body, internally, I was freaking out because I grabbed it, and of course, my skin kind of came with it when I grabbed them. Bing! Pulled them right out, kind of flicked them, and I'm like, oh, just kind of scratched a little bit because the head breaks off. The head breaks off. They bite in the glue that goes around. All right, so what happens with a tick? Get ready, creepy crawlers. The tick bites its host, and then his saliva is actually what they use for, not his saliva, but the chemical compound that the tick's saliva is what actually established what superglue is. And so the tick bites and the saliva comes out and it hardens. So what it does is it holds the tick's head into your skin, like just underneath the epidermal layer. So if you grab it and pull it, his head stays in there and kind of keeps pumping, keeps, getting infected and spreading diseases all in your body. So I'm like scratching, make sure I got his fucking head out of my leg, and they're like, "Oh, you doing okay? You doing?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Can you tell? I'm good. No, it's good. It's good. And then I would catch myself, kind of scratching my leg again, and I'd look at it when they weren't looking because I didn't want them to be worried that I was worried about it. And so the day went on, and the day went on. We went on for a nice hike trail. They did have bug spray after the tick landed on me, and it was like a vinegar, tea tree oil, lavender. They made it themselves. It smelled really good, and it had like this cooling sensation on your skin. I don't know if it protects against ticks, but hey, anything's better than anything, or anything's better than nothing. So I spray it on me and spray it on my hair and spread it. So the whole entire time, I'm walking through the woods. It's 72 acres, so it's like a mile and a half we're walking around. I'm literally, every little itch, every little, your hair kind of... Oh, by the way, if you're watching this on the live stream here, my wife cut my hair, and we'll get into that here in a little bit. So, you're rubbing, and my hair was long too. So ticks got a lot of nice, moist, warm places to hide. So I'm like constantly rubbing my neckline, rubbing my ear lines, kind of, just kind of pulling my shorts down a little bit and pulling them up and stuff. So the night was over. We had hot dogs and stuff and relaxed, had a good time. All right, see you. And they're literally like less than a quarter mile down the road, pull out on these little 2-lane country roads, and then right in our neighborhood. Well, I say neighborhood, right in our street, and we're home. So we didn't drive that far. So I know everyone keeping track at home. No, we didn't drive that far. It was, well, you can do, no, shut up. So laying in bed, relaxed and stuff, and took a shower, and was laying in bed and kind of recapping what the night was or the afternoon was and what a great time we had. And I texted him, hey, it's a great time. We had a great time too. Great, blah, 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 blah. So as I'm laying in bed, of course, my right hand, it was on my right thigh. I'm constantly just kind of rubbing it to see if I feel like you get a little splinter in you and you just kind of keep playing with it because you can't get it out. I'm just kind of rubbing it to see if there's a tick head in my leg. So I'm rubbing and rubbing and rubbing. All right, no, I'm good. Next morning I wake up, I felt a little pain in my, and I'm like, oh, here we go. I'm dying. I got Lyme disease. I'm a deer tick. What all the diseases that come with one bite of a deer. I'm dying. That's it, I'm done. So the day goes on. The following night, I get up to let the dogs out in the middle of the night, or not in the middle of the night. My wife goes to bed and I've got the TV on. So I kind of threw the covers off of me. Now this is the next night. Whole cycle of the whole day. Sun went up, sun came down, took a shower, we ate, everything, got into bed, let the dogs out at midnight, opened the door. As I'm getting out of bed, now I do sleep au jante, and so I look at my leg and I see a little black dot on the back, on the back of my thigh. I kind of rub it, and I thought it was like something like a crumb or something in the bed. I know, gross, right? I grab it. It's a fucking another tick. It's another tick. Oh, and that one stuck. I pulled them, and like I could feel my skin like kind of pyramid up and kind of pink. And I go, oh, and I didn't say anything. My wife's like, what are you doing? I'm like, letting the dogs out. Run in the bathroom, turn the light on because I wanted to see what it was. Laid it on there, and his legs are flailing because I fucking ripped his head off. And I'm like, oh shit. So I'm grabbing like rubbing alcohol. I'm grabbing, the astringent that you do to your pimples and stuff, and I'm rubbing the back of my fucking leg, trying to kill whatever that's left inside my leg. Dogs come out. Dogs come in. Next morning I wake up. I said, yeah, babe, how'd you sleep? Well, had a tick on myself last night. Really? Yeah, 24 hours later, I had another tick on me. So now the next night I'm laying in bed. My legs are doing like the restless leg syndrome where they just kind of jerk and twitch and jerk. I'm like, that's it. I'm done. Nice knowing you guys. It was great. I've got something. I'm already affected. My legs are jumping uncontrollably. So that was last week. So I'm still here. So obviously the rubbing alcohol and my human spit healed me. All right. Well, when we go back, I know. I was not scared about anything else except for this tick bite. And that was it. And that was the worst. Just 50 million things went through my mind. All right, when we come back, we're going to talk to a guy who's the two-wheeled carbonless mechanic. It's an interesting story, and I'll get into that here in just one sec. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Deacon Live. Make sure you follow us on all our social networks and stuff. And the way you do that is go to Prophet Radio, PROPHET Radio, and click on the social contacts, and you can get all our different social networks and stuff. And make sure you click like, subscribe, share, comment, and do all the stuff that you do when you get to those pages. Oh, excuse me. So I was reading through some articles and trying to get some information a couple days ago. Something you guys would enjoy. Something you guys, hey, we're getting out. We're getting ready to be released. Everyone's getting out. We're allowed to, go do stuff now. And I came across this one article about a guy in Virginia who has his own. He's a mobile bicycle repair guy. Kind of a young guy. Kind of a I don't want to say. He's a young guy, entrepreneur, doing his thing, and. So I watched the video and stuff, and I'll post the video up on the Deacon Live section on the website, and was listening to a story and watching the story, and it was so interesting to see that this is someone who can actually take a passion, make a career out of it, but his footprint in the world is so small. So on the line with us right now is Ben Weiss. Is Ben Wise. On the line with us right now, we have Ben Weiss. You're on the phone with us.
So my last name is pronounced Wise.
Wise.
Hence the owl mascot.
Now, you spell that W-Y-S-E.
That's correct.
Okay.
I'm in Harrisonburg, Virginia.
And I came across your story doing some research, and I saw that you're a bicycle tech guy. Kind of give me an idea of where you started and how that all came to be.
So I took my first bike shop job in 2001 because I wanted to learn that technical skill of bike repair. So I worked at my first job for a couple years, and it was sort of an apprenticeship framework. And another bike shop heard that I had left and approached me and offered me a job. Worked at my second job for 5 years, and then I started my own business.
And so I guess in that area, you've got a lot of is it a huge bicycling community?
So Harrisonburg, we bill ourselves as the bicycle hub or the bicycle capital of Virginia. And it's a town that offers both nice road riding, recreational road riding, nice recreational mountain biking, and there's a small but dedicated community of folks who ride their bikes for transportation.
So on a daily basis to and from work, and they rely on that. Now, in your town, what's the population of that town?
So it fluctuates with the school year because we have 2 universities here, James Madison University that has somewhere in the neighborhood of 20,000 or a little more. And so when all the students are here, I think we have 50+ thousand people, but it's a lot of.
So the town itself on the off season would be about 25,000 people?
You know, I think so, but now that you're putting me on the spot, I'm probably wrong. Google is a great place to find out those exact hard numbers.
Now, we talked earlier, and you said that when we set up the interview, I said, hey, can you get on a landline? You're like, yeah, because I have a flip phone. Explain the flip phone to us.
So I see a lot of people who are completely distracted by their smartphone. I don't think I'm any better than that. I think if I had a powerful supercomputer in my pocket with access to all that a smartphone can access, I'd be distracted by it too. So I just stay with the flip phone because it's less distracting, and then when I really need to access all the stuff that a computer offers, I go get one that's like sitting on a desk.
Now, the video I saw was from 2009, and it showed you in a garage, and I'll post the video up on our website here. It shows you not on a garage, on a carport, and you're fixing bicycles right there. Is that your location? I'm assuming that's your house. You were doing it right there?
That location was a customer's house. I do house calls.
Okay.
My business model has turned into about 50-50.
And you work out of a home, out of a shop, out of a
yeah.
Okay.
So in 2013, my wife and I moved into a new house. We have 2 children who came to us through adoption. We had to have an extra bedroom to meet the adoption requirements. So we built a house. Since we started from scratch, I incorporated a shop space into the walkout basement.
Oh, nice. Nice. Very good. Altogether, about how many clients do you have?
Oh, my word. My old flip phone had a maximum contact capacity of 600, and I had maxed that out.
Wow.
And I would share households, and I had both their numbers. They'd always be under the woman's name. I have lots of customers. Because my entire time being a bike mechanic, starting in 2001 to present, was in Harrisonburg, there are customers who followed me from my first bike shop job to my second bike shop and followed me when I started my own business. So I have customers with whom I've been doing business with for 20 years.
I'm not kidding when you pride yourself as the biking capital of the world.
Virginia.
Bike
capital of Virginia.
Okay, well.
We have T-shirts. The local bike club has a T-shirt that they sell that says the bike capital of Virginia.
Okay.
And there is some reason to make that argument. The International Mountain Biking Association has named Harrisonburg as a mountain bike destination or whatever. I'm not a mountain biker, but they have some like designation, and we achieved that designation. And then the League of American Bicyclists had given us silver level bike friendly status. There was only 2 communities in the country that had achieved that at one point. Maybe there's more now. So there's been a lot of work that's gone into making this bike friendly. What I try to focus on is people, sort of average people. The bike industry has historically in the United States been mostly about recreation, and many bike shops have skewed their efforts towards maybe more well-heeled customers and tried to push nicer bikes. So over the course of time working in bike shops, I realized there was a niche of people who were just sort of average people with average bikes. and they weren't necessarily being taken care of that well.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to cut out the low end. I wanted to never work on any department store bike, and I also wanted to cut out the high end, and I wanted to not work on fancy, super high-end, crazy expensive bikes.
And you're still doing that today?
I'm still doing that today. It's my full-time job. I've been self-employed for 11 years. My 11-year anniversary was at the beginning of March.
Now, is this a 7-day-a-week job? Do you have like a 1-800 bike?
So my cell phone, I sometimes pay attention to it on Sunday, but nobody else ever pays attention to their phone on Sunday. Sometimes I get emergencies on Sunday, and I take care of them, but often I try to just do it 5 or 6 days a week.
Okay, but are you on call during those 5 or 6 days a week?
Yeah, and I am by appointment, and sometimes I have appointments really early, like 5:30 in the morning, if that's what makes sense. And sometimes I have appointments that go after bedtime. So I try to work around my customers' schedules. I particularly try to accommodate people who don't have cars. Like the 5:30 in the morning appointment was a guy got home one evening and his bike was broken. I didn't have time to do it that evening, but I was like, hey, I'll come to your house at 5:30 in the morning. I'll fix your bike before you need to go to work.
So what's the percentage of people that ride their bicycles to work in that town?
Ooh, it's low. We're not the Netherlands or Denmark, so I would guess it's probably less than 1% of daily commuter traffic is dedicated bike commuters.
But still 1%. I mean, that could still be 1,000 some odd people.
Yeah, and it seems like a lot to me when I'm trying to take care of their bikes, but it's not a lot when you think about the patterns. We are a car culture.
Now, do you own a car?
I do own a car. It's currently in the shop.
Now, tell me about the award that you won in 2019. Tell me how that went down and how surprised you were to get that award.
So Blue Ridge Outdoors is a magazine that covers everything from outdoor festivals to paddling, hiking, kayaking, skiing, biking, the outdoor stuff. And they have an annual best of issue, and readers nominate things, the best brewery in the Blue Ridge, or the best bike mechanic, or the best paddling guide, or the best hike. Somehow I got nominated and I made the list. And it was basically 5 mechanics were on the list. It was basically a social media popularity contest. And somehow I won, even though I don't have Twitter or Instagram or Facebook or WhatsApp, Snapchat, or any of those things.
Amazing.
And so I sort of laughed. I was like, well, how did I win this thing? But a friend of mine who's been in the bike industry, he said, it's about relationship. He said, much more than most bike mechanics and most bike shops, you cultivate long-term relationships with your customers, and that's what mattered here.
Well, congratulations on that. Did they give you a trophy, a plaque? Did you get
they didn't even really edit the piece well, so they had a typo in the piece.
Uh-oh. What was the typo?
They spelled recreation wrong.
Oh, at least they got your name right, though.
So, because what I do is unconventional, there's been some interest in it, which is fun.
Now, when you say unconventional, explain that to me.
So doing house calls where I show up at someone's house on my bike, pulling a trailer full of tools and repair parts, is something that wasn't being done much when I started 11 years ago. There was a gentleman in Chicago who was doing something similar, but other than this guy in Chicago and myself, there was no other mobile bike mechanics that were using a bicycle for their business.
So essentially
that generated some interest.
You're like the equivalent of like the 10-year-old kid or the 11-year-old kid on summer break who's pushing the lawnmower down the lawn saying, hey, do you want your lawn mowed? He's not loading up this big, huge, massive trailer full of stuff and pulling it with a diesel 250 whatever Cummings down the road and working on 15, 16 bicycles at one time. You're just a one-man operation pedaling on your bicycle. You've got a trailer with all the accoutrements as far as fixing bicycles. Now, I was watching the video. I saw a couple, I don't want to say in a high price because you say you don't work on high price, but I
do work on some high price
Okay,
bikes.
So you do. Now, have you ever been able to get up with a team, like a biking team, not like a Lance Armstrong type thing, but any offers or anything for that, or?
No, I've had some people that have asked me if I wanted to do some stuff like that, and I have tended to try to send them other directions. I'm friends with all the other bike mechanics in town, more or less, so I try to refer them to the place that would serve them best. I think it's a pretty high level of trust.
Well, obviously someone has recommended you to them, so I mean there's a trust, already, hey, do you know a guy? If the guy messes up, guess what I'm going back to? I'm going back to the person that recommended recommended that guy.
Precisely, and if you violate trust one time, it's a big deal.
Correct.
And that'll be the nail in the coffin. So we're a small town, you know. Someone like me can work by word of mouth in a setting like this.
Mm-hmm.
If you do the right thing and if you take care of people, word of mouth works. So I have a supplier who wouldn't open a wholesale account with me because he told me I had an unfair business advantage over conventional bike shops. Your overhead is lower. You're working out of your house, so you don't have the overhead of paying rent or mortgage on a shop space, and you use your bicycle. And he said all your costs of doing business are low, and so we won't let you buy things from us at wholesale because you're unfairly competing with regular shops. What this sales rep wasn't willing to talk about was what I do with my unfair business advantage, which he is exactly right. Monday, I have a gentleman who lives in the local homeless shelter, and homelessness has become more complicated during COVID. He rides his bike, and none of the other bike shops are fixing the homeless people's bikes, but I do. And so partly what happens when you create an unfair business advantage is you build some flexibility into your business model so that you don't have to have extreme profitability on every job.
Right. Kind of like you've got that mechanic cousin and friend who's like, hey, man, just pay for the parts. I'll put new brakes on your car type deal.
Precisely.
So what's next for you, Ben? Where do you see this thing going in the next 5-6 years?
So the bike industry is sort of in a reset along with lots of other parts of society because of COVID. So I don't know where we're headed. I sure hope supply chains keep working so I can get repair parts.
But where's Ben's company going?
I think that I'm going to have a growing number of customers because there's more and more like families that are riding bikes together.
Now, if you got busy enough, are you open to bringing someone else on? Do you have like a intern to?
I've had a number of interns over the years, and I would love to bring someone on, but I have a pretty high standard.
Sure.
And my favorite intern of all time decided to become an engineer. So he's taking he's actually moving to North Carolina.
Oh, great.
So I would bring someone on if I found the right person. I want someone who's got a high level of empathy if I'm working with people who are in a less stable part of our cultural community.
Yeah.
I need people who have empathy with that. I also need people who have people skills with customers who can afford to pay to keep me afloat. And I need them to have mechanical skills. So there's a mix there that's pretty special for me. I'm not just going to bring any old college kid on to fix flats because it's about more than that for me.
What's your hardest challenge being a sole proprietor for fixing bicycles? What's a hard day or hard challenge that you are like, oh man, that this is the part I dread?
I think the biggest challenge for me is balancing the needs of my business with the needs of my kids. I have 3 kids, and they each have their own special set of needs. So it's not always easy to know where to draw lines with the business and to make space in my life for my children, which that stuff probably matters more.
Yeah.
But I got to make some money.
Yes. Well, it sounds like you got everything under control up there in Virginia.
Everything's under control.
Yeah, it sounds like you got everything under control. It sounds good. Is there anything you want to plug, a telephone number, web address, anything like that our listeners? I know you said you're pretty low tech and stuff.
It's 540-383-4119.
And your website?
wisecycles.com.
wisecycles.com. Got it.
Yeah, so if there's cyclists out there, I want to give a shout out to people who are riding their bikes.
Awesome.
It's a fun thing to do.
Well, stay online with us. We're going to get some more information. Stick around, guys. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back to Deacon Live. This segment is brought to you by RT Planning Strategies. Since 1991, Ron has redefined and evolved his process for planning your future with... fuck this. I hate doing this read. Yes, delete it. Welcome back. This segment is brought to you by RT Planning Strategies. Go to rtplanningstrategies.com for professional Zen within... He didn't give me a script to write or read. I had to fucking... got time for this shit. All right. Welcome back to Deacon Live. This segment's brought to you by RT Planning Strategies. Go to rtplanningstrategies.com. Ron is a senior facilitator and has involved his process in planning your future with your business and your entertaining. I'm going to get through it. Try it again. Welcome back to Deacon Live. This segment's brought to you by RT Planning Strategies. Go to rtplanningstrategies.com. Since 1991, Ron has facilitated his planning and future-minded methods to help create your business a better path for Zen and more performance. Do you want to transfer your organization to be more productive, organizations more efficiently, generate more revenue, and be more successful? Go to rtplanningstrategies.com. And you can call them right now. Go to rtplanningstrategies.com and you can click on the call him. And you can call him now. That's Ron over there. So, businesses are closing down. They call it shuttering. You know, when the whole entire... hold on, I got to fix something. You know, they say businesses are shuttering during the COVID, which means they're shaking. They're not getting enough revenue. They're worried about keeping their doors open. Now, of course, you know the mom and pop stores are closing down slowly. I hate to say that, but they are. They're closing down slowly. And then businesses that relied on actual not contact, but strip clubs, but real close knit people shopping, eating, all that stuff. A lot of those places, a lot of contact, like your buffet restaurants, are closing down. Now, sometimes you think that your big chain stores, like your Home Depots, your Macy's and stuff like that, could withstand, 2 months of not actually getting revenue in. Whether because they always have like an online presence and stuff like that. Unfortunately, a discount retailer Tuesday morning files for bankruptcy protection and shuts 230 stores. Retailer Tuesday morning filed Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection. The company said it plans on shutting a third of its nearly 700 stores. This joins Neiman Marcus. You ever tried to buy something from them? They're like, oh, what is that? A piece of paper? That'll be $100,000. JCPenney's, J.Crew, and others have landed on the bankruptcy court during this COVID-19 crisis. Now, I'm really worried. We've only been in this for about 2 full good months, right? And these retail stores are filing bankruptcy. So my question is, the thought that popped into my head was, a lot of us personally are affected by the COVID-19. Now, granted, they've released stimulus checks and unemployment checks and all that stuff, and they've also bailed out a lot of companies like Shake Shack and stuff like that, and a lot of the companies have to return the stimulus back to them. But, for a huge chain store that's got 700 stores, Tuesday morning is filing bankruptcy protection, which means everything just kind of, no more bills going in, no more bills coming out. Are they that close? Like, essentially, it's the equivalent of living paycheck to paycheck. They live from open to close. If we don't do this much money from open, we might not be open tomorrow, open to close type deal. So it's kind of scary that these type chain retail stores, it was just a thought. I was like going, do they not have money saved up? Do they not have some kind of capital where if this type thing happens, now granted they've got to have, I'm sure they take out loans and stuff to build stores. I used to work for a company a long time ago. They owe nobody any money. Anytime they built a new distribution center, they paid cash for it. They had their own building company, their architecture company. They had their own real estate, totally different. And they would not break ground on a piece of property unless everything was already paid for up front in full. And just found out the other day they actually sold themselves to a holding company. So, that's a good business model, but some people can't. Some retailers cannot. And it's just weird that, Tuesday morning shutting the doors. I've never been in there. I think my wife has. I don't know what kind of store it is. What kind is it? Like a Big Lots or something? Is it I don't know. Anyway, so, yep, they're shutting 230 some odd stores, I think, is what I said. But, I mean, so close. Paycheck to paycheck. Now, someone who's getting on this bandwagon, Walmart itself, and I think maybe this is what's putting them out. Now, Walmart, they haven't really, I mean, they're huge, of course, town killers is what some people call them. They move in there and all the mom and pop places have to go away. But Walmart has spun off into a new level of business, I guess. Walmart jumps into the secondhand clothing market through a partnership with ThredUp. Secondhand clothing sales continue to gain appeal with millennial shoppers. They don't want to buy anything new. They want to have like the trendy, old school stuff. Walmart says earlier Wednesday that it has partnered up with a clothing and accessory reseller called ThredUp to bring secondhand clothing and a variety of new brands to the Walmart website. The retail giant already has established a private label fashion brands, including Time and True and Terra in the Sky, as well as celebrity name brands like Sophia Jeans by Sofia Vergara and EV1 by Ellen DeGeneres. Now, after buying Jet.com in 2016, Walmart went on the fashion acquisition and spree in 2017 and 18, snapping up online brands such as Eculic, Mod, and Bonbons, and a couple other ones I can't pronounce. With the wind down of Jet.com in favor of focus of Walmart's e-commerce platform. According to ThredUp Economy, coming up in 2020 annual release report, 70% of its customers had bought or are willing to buy secondhand. Denise, whatever her last name is, you can see I'm reading off the cuff here. Head of the fashion of Walmart USA e-commerce wrote in this blog saying that this partnership is our last move to establish Walmart.com and as a destination for fashion offers customers the pre-owned items they might be looking for. So they're kind of getting into more of a fashion thing with secondhand stores and stuff. And so there you go. Yeah, Walmart gets in the secondhand clothing market through the website. So, and ThredUp, I've never heard of them, but I guess they were a staple at one point with secondhand clothing and stuff. All right, when we come back, we'll get into a Facebook Live video that makes you worry about. I know the situation that we're in, but makes you worry about how far the police will actually go to make sure that you're not breaking the rules. Stick around. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Deacon Live. Give us a call anytime at the station at 407-448-8800. Text us live at any time in the Queen City studio located just outside of Charlotte, North Carolina, in a beautiful little town we like to call Marshville. Make sure you follow us on all our social networks, and the way you do that is go to prophetradio.com and click on the social network pages, and you can see all the stuff that we do here and all the stuff that we have to offer you, and make sure you click on a couple of our sponsors and stuff. Also, there's a moment of Zen up there. If you just want to sit back, relax, and watch a mindless video that might inspire you, click on the moment of Zen there on the main landing page as well. I would like to say, or like to just mention this real quick. So we had a huge storm that came through here at the French, and we've got I don't know what kind of tree it is. Our new friends Tom and Holly could probably tell you. I don't know the name of the tree, but it's a triple tree. It, trunk in the center, 3 springs come off, and it's a real nice, pretty tree that hangs over our house on the corner of our driveway. Huge. It's like 10, 12 feet tall. No, more than that, probably about 25 feet tall. So my wife was saying, I think that one trunk that's coming off looks a little sick. Like it's got branches and stuff, but it looks a little sick. Sure enough, this storm came through, and a rogue storm. I mean, you could see it like in the movies, like Twister. We have wide open cornfields across the highway here, and it was this black lightning monstrous storm, and I'm sitting on the back side of the property, and I'm like going, hey, I think that's coming this way. And within minutes, the thing was on top of us. I mean, wind was blowing, branches are going all over. And as soon as it came, it left. Now, it wasn't a tornado, believe me. I know what a tornado looks like. I've seen the movie. These pipes go down for miles. Sometimes I kill myself. But you could see that, just a wind gust. Anyways, it snapped it off, dropped it right on the ground. Now, here at the French, we've got Alexa, and we've got our Google, whatever weather app and stuff that we have on our phone. Not one word, not one iota. Hey, warning. Hey, Deacon, be careful. There's a storm about 2 miles from you, heading your way. Nothing on my phone. I get goddamn flood flash warnings all the time. I'm me on my phone. I get a little notice the other day. It might be raining in Wingate later this afternoon. A couple days ago, I got that. Not a single word about this fucking storm that came through, which snapped trees and branches. I'm glad it didn't flip over the chicken coop. So I was just like going, North Carolina, your weather system sucks, by the way. Your weather alert thing, sucky. And I lost a tree, so now I got to go out there and chop it up, and now we got firewood. So maybe we'll have our new friends come over here and hang out, and maybe I'll throw some ticks on them. No, I'm just kidding. You just go. So, you've seen these Facebook Lives where not the cops, but the, right here. People, they do the Facebook Live, and they, they're on the run, or I did something bad, or did something, and they're always, they're just thugging it out and stuff. This is a Florida story. Sometimes, I hate to say, but in your neighborhood or that one house in the neighborhood, it's just a little questionable. You're like, well, there's a lot of traffic there, and it's always at night. You never really get to see, anyone out during the day or anything like that. And you're just like going, well, hold on. Pause for me. Thank you. And you're like going, I don't know what's going on at that house. Well, this house in Brevard County, the Brevard County Sheriff's Office here in Florida, actually stood out front of this house and actually did a Facebook Live video so everyone could see this house and kind of like putting it on blast on Facebook. So listen to what we're not going to listen to it. It's like 9 minutes long, but listen to this. It's kind of funny.
County Sheriff's Office, and this afternoon I'm standing in front of a house. Hello everyone, I'm Sheriff Wayne Ivey of the Brevard County Sheriff's Office, and this afternoon I'm standing in front of a house at 4295 Delaspine Road in Port St. John that has become a complete nuisance to its neighborhood and our agency. This house and the overwhelming majority of the people in it are a constant disruption and a pain in the butt to their neighbors, the children in this area, and to be honest, your taxpayer dollars, as our agency has now responded to almost 100 calls for service at this address in the past 12 months. Now think about that for a minute. Almost 100 times our deputies and team members have had to respond to this address for various complaints that have taken them away from being able to protect the remainder of this community, just because the majority of the people that live or frequent this address can't obey the law. Now, the calls to this house have been for drugs, drug overdose where Narcan had to be deployed, fights, stolen vehicles, needles thrown over the fence in the neighbor's yard, disturbances, and so on. In fact, 31 disturbances that we have had to respond to. In addition, our team has made multiple arrests at this address, as well as arrests of various subjects that were leaving the residence and so forth.
Mow the place down!
Just yesterday, we arrested 2 scumbags who had just left this house, who were both violent felons, one of which had actually broken into a house through a doggy door where a 10-year-old was sitting in the house playing. The people at this house are dealing in drugs, using drugs, abusing drugs, and stealing other people's stuff.
And they're standing right on the driveway, well, actually in the street at the end of the driveway.
The neighbors in this area are in such distress, they won't even let their kids go outside to play for fear that they will encounter one of these knuckleheads or one of the needles that they've left behind. Now, I've never been shy about telling people that we target criminals since they target our citizens. So since the majority of the occupants in this residence can't obey the law, then this is what we are going to do. You and your house have now officially made my hit list, high-intensity target. That's right. You inside the house, and you know exactly who I'm talking about, are constantly begging to go to jail. So congratulations, you are now on the sheriff's hit list. And as such, if you can't obey the law, you will very soon find yourself living at a different address, the Brevard County Jail.
So there you go. And then he goes through and he introduces all the guys he's got behind him. Let me introduce my squad, and here's, Detective whatever, and this guy and that guy, and he's got like 6 guys standing behind him. So he's serious over there in Brevard County. So good for him. Put the house on Facebook Live. Hey, maybe that'll shake things up over there. Wouldn't that be funny? Hey, I think we're on the news. Like, have you ever watched those episodes of Cops and you're like going, you've seen, I forget what movie it is. They're like watching Cops and they're like, oh, it's the live show. And then they're like going, holy shit, it's happening right outside of our house. And the cops are going by and you see the lights flashing in the window and they're watching the same thing on the TV. So there you go with that. All right, when we come back, we'll do a little bit light and fluffy and then we'll wrap up the show. So stick around. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Deacon Live. You just heard Samzy and his new hit song Red Dots, and make sure you follow Samzy. I like the song, man. I've been listening to it for a while now, and you can find him at the top of the hour every day, top of the hour, every hour on ProphetRadio.com, where we get all our music from. All the rock music is provided by ProphetRadio.com, and his song plays at the top of the hour. It's called Red Dots. I like it when I keep going that. Yeah, walking around doing that. And my wife's like going, yeah, I like that song. It's kind of catchy. So that's Samzy. And he's got a new album out called Trendsetter. And make sure you follow him on, he's got an Instagram thing at Poppy_Samzy. That's SAMZY. Samzy. I still got, I'm itching my head, you know. I still got the heebie-jeebies. I still got, like, anytime I feel like a little tickle or something, I'm like, oh, something's crawling on me. Something's itching me. Anyways. So there you go on that. Now, I still had it. It's been a week. It's been a week. Now, funny part is that TikTok's been taking over the airwaves, been taking over your Facebook feeds and stuff. We're not part of TikTok yet. I will be soon. I should have bought it. I think I talked about it 2 years ago when it was just over in Europe and stuff. I should have got on board then, but of course, you know, day late and dollar short. But a good high school friend of mine, actually, Monica Rodriguez, did a little workout video on the TikTok thing, and it's I think it's great. It's fun. Just to give you an idea, what it does is TikTok allows you to use someone else's audio, and you kind of do a lip sync to it. So this is Monica doing her, I think her sanitation workout, where you're supposed to wash your hands and work out at the same time. So if you're watching this, go to Deacon Live, click on the video section, you can see this. Every podcast has got a video. So let's see if this plays.
Hi y'all, I'm Pamela Pepkin, and you're about to do Pamela Pepkin's quarantine workout. Wash your hands, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Great.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
She's got a little workout outfit. She looks like she's in her dining room.
Woo!
Ooh.
That's great, y'all. Let's dry those suckers off. Hey, COVID-19. You don't scare us.
she's lip syncing the whole thing, so that's the best part.
Work those thighs, sanitize. Work those thighs, sanitize. Work those thighs, sanitize. Sanitize. We're spraying.
There you go. That's TikTok. That's my friend Monica. Awesome. She's awesome. And great sport for doing that on TikTok and putting it up. It looks like fun. I want to do it. I'm excited. I want to do it. It looks like fun. Now, something else that's looked like fun, by the way, all you Floridians out there and all you people getting ready to open your doors and run out there, be careful. Please be careful. Walt Disney World has announced that they are opening their doors. That's right. Walt Disney World, Florida, Orlando, St. Cloud, whatever you want to call it. They are opening their doors. The Disney theme park, which employs 70,000 people, Florida's largest employer outside of NASA, is ending a multi-month closure of the park that left the Disney World company reeling. Really, I think they're doing okay over there. They're not like Tuesday morning and they're shut. Oh my God, nobody showed up today. We're gonna have to shut down. The Disney theme park, which employs 70,000 people, begins to do a phased opening on July 11th. Can't do it July 4th because that'll be a freaking madhouse. For its Animal Kingdom, Magic Kingdom, and the parks, July 15th for Epcot and Hollywood Studios. Disney World and Disneyland Resorts in Anaheim, California are still closed in mid-March because of the pandemic. There's no release dates for Walt Disneyland over there in California. So there you go. Walt Disney World. It's a beautiful place. No, I don't want to sign up for that. Thank you very much. Walt Disney World. Now, something that is also a beautiful place. You saw the whole chicken debacle, that Popeyes and everything. Hold on, I got a text coming in. the whole chicken debacle with Popeyes and everyone's yelling at Popeyes for making this great sandwich. Everyone's saying that, it's well, how dare you go up against God's sandwich, which they're talking about Chik Fil A. Now someone else is getting in the game, the chicken sandwich game. Now there's only one other outside of, I don't want to say ghetto, but kind of ghetto. Outside of Church's Chicken, what's another chicken joint out there that has or is trying to get in the chicken game? That's right, KFC is testing a new chicken sandwich exclusively in Orlando. So all my friends out there in Orlando that'll listen to the podcast, when KFC comes out with this sandwich, what I want you to do is I want you to click and make a video and send it to us, and we'll play it here on Deacon Live. And the way you do that is go to Deacon Live and click on the share button. Excuse me. There's a share drop-down thing, and it allows you to send a video or anything. Or just click on the Be Heard section, and you can verbally tell us how the chicken sandwich is. But, yep, I don't want to look at that. KFC announces Tuesday they are testing a larger, more premium chicken sandwich in Orlando. Chicken fried peddlers will first deliver the new product to select frontline workers, chronicled in the Orlando Sentinel. Way to go, Orlando Sentinel. Calling it bigger and better than KFC's current sandwich. So I guess they're going to have both. KFC really kicks themselves in the head for not having a better chicken sandwich sooner. You think? I mean, they kind of got lost in the ways outside of the Popeyes chicken. We wanted a chicken sandwich that really lives up to our legacy as fried chicken experts. And let's face it, we knew that upgrade wasn't necessary. Painstakingly select each ingredient and create a bigger, better, more premium sandwich than ever. I think we've unlocked this chicken sandwich that just won't compete. It'll win the fried chicken lovers everywhere over to the new KFC. So you people in Orlando, if you see the new KFC chicken sandwich, let me know. Contact me, and I want to see it. Or you can mail one up to me. We'll have it here. We'll eat it right here on the show. Send it to me. Now, speaking of Chik Fil A, did you know that Chik Fil A had a hidden store? I say a hidden store. There's a Chik Fil A. I don't know. Oh, hold on, I gotta get the article up here. There's a Chik Fil A. There's a Chik Fil A out there that's undercover, and it's, let's see, where's it at? Chik Fil A has a hidden luau themed restaurant that actually, speaking of TikTok, that was discovered on TikTok. There is no secret that Chik Fil A has a devoted following. It's one of the biggest chicken fans, but even the biggest Chik Fil A fans may not know about its secret. There's a chain restaurant actually operates a luau-themed Hawaiian restaurant in Georgia called Tourette's Luau, Truett''S Luau. It's quickly becoming a massive hit with people at TikTok. Now, the restaurant, named after the Chick-fil-A founder, Touette Cathy, is located in Fayetteville, Georgia. It is not like any other Chick-fil-A restaurant you've been to. Outside of its features is beautiful waterfall. The whole thing is made to look like you're on the beach. Not surprising to see someone playing a ukulele or passing out lays, or even the Chick-fil-A mascot, the cow mascots, being seen rocking Hawaiian skirts. The menu is also different. Things like fish tacos, chicken tacos, sweet potato waffle fries, many jars of honey, bubble tea is available, all of which people rave about. Because of this, plus the fact that Chick-fil-A owns Hawaii, plus the fact that, like, Chick-fil-A owns a Hawaiian restaurant. Anyway, the location is currently enjoyed by some serious recognition on TikTok. People have been taking videos of and visiting the location and trying out its foods, with videos using the hashtag #TruettLuau getting 1.5 million views as of this writing. So in Fayetteville, Georgia, and you can see right here, it says Truett, am I saying that right? Truett, Truett's Luau and it's got the Chik Fil A logo, and it's the 2019 Harvest Honey. So I guess they got a whole different menu, and it's flying underneath the umbrella of Chik Fil A. So that'd be interesting. Send me some pictures on that, or tell us about it. Or don't. I don't care. I'm just giving you guys something to do. You're trying to get out of the house. You're trying to do something different and safe. Safe, please. My IT guy, Dan, he always gets on my case because I don't wear a mask when I go out. And he goes, well, who am I going to talk to, if you die? And I go, Dan, I'm not going to die. I'm not going to die. And I think that's why he doesn't come over until this whole pandemic gets lifted, because he doesn't want to come over because I don't wear a mask because we might be infected. I'm more worried about the damn tick. I'm literally, like right now, I'm itching the back of my head because I'm thinking that I got ticks on me or something, it's hidden. I'm checking my creases and folds still. Gross. And one more thing before I let you go. So, speaking of coronavirus and being scared of all that stuff, this woman right here, a Massachusetts woman, 103 years old, beats the coronavirus. That's right. She was the first one in her neighborhood. Actually, she was the first person infected in her nursing home 3 weeks ago, has now come out of it. Her name is Janine Stejna. I'm going to say Stejna. Stejna. Stejna was the first person infected in her nursing home 3 weeks ago. Just came out, took her off the ventilator and everything. She had a low fever and was moved to a separate area. Her condition worsened, but on May 13th, her family was told that she has recovered. Staff gave her an icy Bud Light and a libation that she's loved but is not able to have for a long, long time. And here's a nice picture of Janine, 103 years old, drinking on a... Label to the camera, Janine. Haven't I taught you guys anything? There you go. There's Janine drinking a nice, cold 16-ounce, one of those aluminum cans, laying in the hospital bed. She's 103. She can have whatever she wants. So she had a Bud Light, and there she goes. She beat the coronavirus and now celebrates with a nice, cold Bud Light. Well, I'm going to go wrap up the show, let you guys get back to what you got to do. I'm going to go enjoy my Miller Lite. Thanks, you guys, for sending me all your stories, all your stuff. I hope we can get through this hard time that has happened and unfolded here recently. And everyone be safe. Make sure you go to Prophet Radio, Prophet Radio. Click on the share button. You can send us pictures and all your stories come to me, deacon@prophetradio.com. And make sure you click on the Be Heard section, leave a voicemail, audio that we will play here on the Deacon Live podcast. On behalf of all you guys listening to us, I'd like to thank you, each and every one of you, for listening. My name is the Deacon, saying good night and good night.
Wait, come back.
This is the end. The absolute end.
Écoute-moi.
Do this. Scratching my Scratching. See you guys. Bye. Thank you. Did I do the right camera? No, it's that one. Thank you. See ya.